Hello, Wasatch sixth graders. Today I am doing the seasonal craft lesson, the fall craft. I'm teaching you how to make dried apple head. Okay. Now, this is not anything that I invented. It's been around for a long time. Okay. But I'm just gonna show you how I did it. Okay. And if you want to, you can make this at home. All right, so what you need is first, of course, an apple. Okay? You can pick an apple from your yard or your neighbor's yard if they let you, or you can just buy an apple from the store. Okay? There's a lot of apples around nowadays, because of the fall season. And your apple does not have to be perfect. It could have a worm holes. It could be small or medium or whatever the size. Okay, and you're not going to eat this. Just get an apple. Okay. And first thing you will need, besides the apple, is the tool to peel it. Okay, I just have this small, fruit knife, and if you know how to peel it, go ahead and peel it with a knife, or if you don't know how to do that well, just use a potato peeler. Either way would work. But if you use this, don't just keep peeling it until all the apples are half gone, okay? So, or if you don't want to mess with the peeling at all, okay, this is how I peeled it. If you cannot do that, then go ahead and ask a grown-up or older siblings to peel it for you. Okay. And then here you have peeled apple, okay? And you have to carve the face out of this. Okay, let me just turn this around, show you the carved side. Here we go. Okay, can you see that? Okay, so to do this, you do not need the special tool. Okay, all I used to carve that was a butter knife. Okay, you could use I recommend the butter knife. Don't use a real knife, like pocket knife or carving knife. Even though you have it, you might, if you're not careful, you might start carving your fingers instead of the apple, become a bloody apple head. So yeah, just use a butter knife. And here's a carving tool. Okay, but which is not sharp, but this is just an art supply from Wasatch Art Closet. Most of you don't have it, so unless you have it, don't worry about it. If you do have it, then go ahead and use it. Okay, so I made a drawing of how to carve the apple. So instead of just with the real apple, I'm just going to show you with the drawing. Okay, so the first, let me put it in order. Okay, first, you got to carve the main parts. Those are eyes and the nose. Now, you dig sort of deep for 2 eyes and leave the nose untouched. Okay, so nose is the highest part of this carving. So you have to get rid of that size of the nose like that. So eye holes and 2 sides of the nose. Okay, and then on this one, I'm showing you with a pencil drawing shades where it's already carved. So the nose is the highest and you have holes for the eyes. And then the next thing you do is carve out below the nose so that the tip of the nose will be the highest place. And then carve out the mouth hole. Okay, so the pencil lines are already carved part, and Sharpie lines are where you have to carve at this step. Okay. And then you basically ended up with 3 holes, eye, and the mouth, and the nose sticking out. This is basically all you would need. Okay? But if you want to make details, like how I did it, oh, okay, sorry, that was step 1. That was not details. I'm looking for step 4. Okay, here we go. So those are carved parts, eyes, mouth, and the size of the nose. And I carved the parts below the cheekbones so that the cheeks will get higher. Okay, and I carved out the top and bottom, above and below of the both ears so that the ears will stick out. Okay, make sure they are done symmetrically. You don't have to do it perfectly though. If it's a little bit crooked, that's okay. And yeah, I did a little bit line below the lower lip too. But it is not necessary for you to carve out the eyebrows or nostrils because they're not going to show after it gets dry, right? Okay, so let's just suppose that you've done all the carvings. You took care of all the carvings, and the next step step is to soak it. Okay, so fill the small container with water and also a lemon juice. Okay, I used about 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Okay, you can use a real lemon or bottled lemon juice. Or if you don't have any lemon juice, you can actually do it just with water. Okay, but the lemon juice helps it to stay lighter. The more lemon juice you use, the lighter color that you can keep. Okay, and if you want, you might want the apples to turn browner on purpose. In that case, you can just use maybe 2 tablespoons of lemon juice instead of 1/4 cup. Okay, and you soak it overnight, 12 to 24 hours. Okay, and after you soak it, you take it out, and then, I recommend that you keep the stem. Okay, it makes it easier to hang. Okay, or makes it easier to put the hair or the hat on it. Okay. And so you soaked it and took it out, and then you have to put a stick or wire at the bottom, through the bottom of the apple head. You can use a barbecue skewer like this, or popsicle stick, or wire, okay, from the wire hanger. Don't just steal any random hanger. Ask your parents if you could use it, and don't try to cut it with scissors. You're gonna hurt yourself. Make sure you use a wire cutter if you want to use a wire. If you use a wire, this is gonna be inside the body. I'm gonna teach you how to make the body later, and then you can bend the body so that your doll can be sitting or, bending. So you can make a pose out of it. Okay, and all you have to do is just stick it about halfway. Don't try to stick it all the way, and so that the stick will be, sticking up from the top of the head. Don't do that. Just about half or at least 1/3 of the way. All right, now you're gonna hang it. You can hang it through with the stem. Okay, just put the string on top of here, or you can hang it with the sticks or wire you attached, and leave it the cool place, not in the direct sun. Inside the house is fine, and in the shady place for about at least 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks for the small apple. Like this is a small apple. This will take about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. If you use a bigger apple, it will take a whole month. Okay. And let me show you how mine turned out. So I carved mine just like this. Okay. And then I waited for it has been 2.5 weeks, and it turned out to be like that. Mine turned out to be such an evil looking thing. Now, you cannot foresee this. You just never know if it's gonna turn out to be ugly, cute. It will never turn out pretty. Or funny. Okay, it's just a matter of luck and how you carved it, how you dried it, and it just depends. So I ended up with this time. And I thought, oh my gosh, mine is so evil looking. Okay. And then here comes the costume making, the body making part. Okay. Now, you can do this however you want. You can even buy old beat up doll from the DI and then attach your apple head, or you can make something like this. This is just a paper roll. All I did was just take a scrap paper, okay, just any good old recycling paper, and roll it up diagonally, make the tip smaller and the bottom wider, okay, trim the bottom, okay, and make the base. And then I use the fabric. I use these scrap fabric. If you do have them, go ahead and use them. If you don't, then just use the paper or even color it. Attach the arms and color it. That's all you would need. Or if you want to, you can just hang the heads for Halloween decorations. Okay. So this is what I made for the costume. So that's a back. I made a cape, okay, and then that back and the front, okay. And I just cut up the clothes shape and use 2 pieces for back and front. Use the Elmer's glue to attach the edges. I did not use needle and thread. Okay. And I added a little bit glue at the bottom. And all you have to do is just slide the head in. And I also use yarn, moss green yarn, to make a wig. There you go. Here is my mean witch, or it even looks like a mean judge. Okay, so this is all I have this week. I hope you have fun making a dried apple head. Now you don't have to make them, but now you know. If you want to make it in the future, now you know how to do it. All right, that's it for this week. I will see you next week. Hey, thank you for watching.